Josh, thanks. Many of you have been posting on our social media pages with questions about why victims of abuse wait a long time before coming forward with their accusations. 23 ABC's Tori Cooper joins us tonight with more from a victim who says he was sexually abused by a priest and wants to give more understanding. Tori?
Jessica, the victim I am speaking with tonight is part of the nonprofit organization Survivors Network of Those Abused by Priests, also known as SNAP. The organization demanding the vigil last night for Monsignor Craig Harrison be canceled because of the fear that it may push more victims to stay silent the way he did when he was abused.
The very last incident I had with him, we went upstairs, he dragged me into this room, he started ripping off my clothes, and he raped me.
In 2006, court documents show Joey Piscatelli was awarded $600,000 for the sexual abuse he suffered when he was a 14-year-old freshman at the Salesian High School in Richmond, California. He says the abuse happened from 1969 through 1971 at the hands of Father Joseph Whelan.
Groping, fondling, he would stick his hands down my pants.
32 years later in 2002, Piscatelli says he reported the abuse to the Richland Police Department. After that, he says he reported the abuse to the Diocese of San Francisco, and then he filed the lawsuit against Whelan during that same year.
What made me decide to come forward was a window opened, a window to go after him, because I couldn't go after him criminally because he had beaten the statute of limitations. But I could go after him civilly, and I had that opportunity, and I took it.
The Diocese of Oakland confirmed with 23 ABC News today that Father Whelan is on their list of credibly accused priests and can no longer function as a priest in the Diocese of Oakland. At 14 years old, Piscatelli says another main reason he didn't report the abuse at the time it was happening is because of what Father Whelan told him, who was also in a position of power.
He kept telling me, nobody's going to believe your word against a priest. Pretty soon the principal found out, and he told me the same thing. So I had the vice principal and principal both telling me I'm going to get kicked out of school. Nobody's going to believe my word against a priest.
After he came forward, Piscatelli says his church also held a vigil for Father Whelan.
What was challenged about coming forward is the onslaught of his fan club, the people who stuck up for him and said it never happened. People who weren't there, like they're doing in Father Harrison's case, people who weren't there at all, who have no knowledge of what happened, are saying that he's innocent, he's being wrongfully accused. That was really hard to take.
Piscatelli, who is also the California leader for the Survivors Network of Those Abused by Priests, also known as SNAP, says victims like him often feel vigils on behalf of the person accused keeps victims silent.
The tactic to dissuade and discourage victims of coming forward.
Piscatelli says the abuse he endured led to depression, PTSD, and insomnia, and he says he still relives the abuse every day. He also hopes that other victims will come forward and that people on social media would try to put themselves in someone else's shoes first.
To consider that if their kids or grandkids came to them and said, I was molested by the priest, would you call them liars? And I hope you wouldn't do that.
Now, Piscatelli says he never returned back to the Catholic Church after being abused. Now, if you are a victim of sexual abuse, please contact your local police department as well as the diocese within your jurisdiction. But if you don't feel comfortable discussing the matter with authorities, you can also head to our website, turn23.com, for a link to the SNAP organization hotline. But for now, in studio, I'm Tori Cooper for 23 ABC News, connecting you.